What's going on, YouTube? This is Rob A again, and this time we're gonna start off another multi-part series. This is part 1 of 5 of the Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron Build Giant Robot. No, I mean Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. So part 1, we're gonna start with Onslaught here, and we'll be continuing on with the rest of the team later on. As you can see, he's part 1 of 5, combined to form Decepticon Bruticus. Let's take a quick look at the packaging. You can see there's a pretty cool bit of artwork from Fall of Cybertron-ish up at the top here of Onslaught. It kind of makes it easy to tell that this guy doesn't really look like that. Well, I mean, he does. He looks like it's enough. But, yeah. So the artwork's really cool. You can see him in his robot mode here. Onslaught believes precision and planning are the keys to success. He spends hours devising battle plans, considering contingencies, and deliberating troop disposition before ever committing his forces to battle. Once the fight is joined, however, no robot is a fiercer fighter. He's a Cybertronian missile carrier, which is code for we weren't really sure what to do with this guy, so we folded him up and stuck some wheels on him. And here are his tech specs. He's it's an old-timey tech spec sheet. He's got a strength of what looks like 8, intelligence of 9, and so on and so forth. Courage of 10. He's very courageous. And skill's pretty high up there as well. And yeah, this guy's not to be messed with. On the bottom you can see the co-cell here for Vortex, part 3 of 5, and Swindle, part 4 of 5. No mention of 2. Poor guy. So yeah, we're going to stop looking at this packaging, get this guy open, and see what we're dealing with. Alright guys, so Onslaught opened up and out of the package, and this is what we get, and this is what was holding him into that package. About 25 feet of twine. I could probably strap a kayak to my car with this. But that aside, we get this little vehicle thing, which is essentially just Onslaught doing a duck and cover, and just laying him down on his wheels here. It does not hold together all that well, nor does it roll all that well, and it feels very light, very cheap. It honestly, like, I'm not trying to sound harsh, but it feels like an upscaled version of like a McDonald's toy. Just the kind of the overall huge chunks of solid color plastic with like little sloppy paint apps here and there. And I don't want to sound overly harsh, it's just that's honestly the first thing that came to my mind when I got this guy out of the package. But you know, we'll move on. We'll see what else we get. Maybe I'll change my mind as the review progresses. But in the meantime, we've got him here, and we have here a Robots in Disguise Viacon, just for a size comparison. This guy's a little bit wider, but there's not really anything to him. As you can see, there's just a bunch of empty space. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Kind of a truckish thing. As you can see, he's got the pegs on his wheels here that don't really go away. His wheels mostly spin, but they're just hindered by the design of the attachments. I don't know why they couldn't, work around that. Honestly, this should have been a Voyager size toy. It really should have. I understand maybe money constraints, time constraints. I don't really I honestly don't get it, but alright, Hasbro. You know, you do what you do. So to transform this guy, you want to unplug the gun, the hollow thing that's shaped like maybe the top of a gun. And as you see, his arm's already popped right out, but we're just going to take these guys and pop them onto the side, just like so. We're going to take this whole front end and just kind of... Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that, but that is the most sickening, bone-crunching, like, I'm going to break any second sound that I have ever heard. And it is terrifying. So you can see the head of Bruticus right in there. And what you want to do is just flip that back, and then this head comes up. Although it could stand to do it a little bit. There we go. It locks into place. And now we have this guy's head. So we just... There's the arms. They come down like so. And then the back here has this little panel. And that comes up a little bit and just kind of sits back there. Doesn't really cover anything, doesn't really get out of the way, it just kind of sits back there. So yeah, there's that. And the lower halves of his legs just kind of fold in and around. And you stand him up, and there you have Onslaught. Here he is with a deluxe Viacon. As you can see, he's very bulky, but again, if you turn him around, he's just hollow back there. It's got the head of Bruticus. Just makes him a little back heavy. And other than that, he's tall. I'll give it that much. You know, hooray for being tall. So articulation on this guy. His head swivels around fairly well. You know, it's on a limited ball joint, and that's fine. His arms, meh. So his arms can go that far. Like, literally just that far. No bicep swivel. He's got a ball joint here, so he does have a an elbow swivel and an elbow, but pushing it to the side just makes it look awkward, like really terrible, like he broke his arm. And yeah, I mean, you can hold his gun, I guess. That's cool. But if you look at his gun from anything but top down, it looks like it's unfinished, like it's not a whole thing. And I guess that, you know, that is because it's not, but they could have done something to fill that out a little bit. I mean, make it two pieces that, like, split in half or something. I don't know, but he's got kind of a waist. His legs are on heavy ratchets due to the Bruticus transformation. And the problem with that is that I honestly feel like I am going to break this thing. I'm going to break his legs off just by trying to pose them. And that's not good, guys. But his legs do go out to the side. Decent ratchets there. He does have a thigh swivel. And a pretty limited knee there. And that's articulation for this guy. As you can see, his natural posing ability is pretty much awkward. He looks like he's doing some sort of weird curtsy. But, you know, alright. So we're going to stop this now. And we're going to take a look at his combination form. Okay, so to get this guy all Bruticus'd up, what you want to do first is just take his lower legs and put him back in the vehicle mode situation there. And then turn him right around. pull this whole area down, this little flappadoo here, and then just push it back up again so it's plugged in lower to form the pelvis. And then you just turn this whole area right around, like so. Now that you got him like this, you want to take his arms, and he has kind of a half step where it'll kind of like click in there, just like that. And that's where you want his arms to be. And now you want to just fold these guys around, and you're just gonna take these little, I don't know, gun turrets, headlights, whatever they are, and just let him hold on to those, because, you know, it would be such an, yeah, it would be too difficult to actually design a way that his arms just go inside this vast cavern of a torso. There we go, just like that. You just pop the Bruticus head up and turn it around. And, yeah. Alright, so we're going to take the gun, and using the various sets of tabs and holes, we're going to stick it on his back here, and just plug that in, and it seems to hold fairly firmly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. You can flip up these little spiky doos. But yeah, there is the Bruticus torso. Again, should have been a Voyager. Absolutely should have been a Voyager. I just think they could have done so much with it. I was gonna say overall it's not a bad toy, but realistically it kinda is. I mean, it feels cheap, it feels light and flimsy. I don't have any faith whatsoever in the tensile strength of this plastic, and that worries me going ahead into the rest of the Bruticus form, that I'm going to snap something off unintentionally, and I'm going to be very sad about that, because when you buy all these guys, it can get very expensive. But I'm going to leave this back over here, and that's going to be pretty much it for this episode. Yeah, what can I say? I can't really recommend that. I mean, I want to, just for the sake of owning an updated version of Bruticus, but it feels like crap. Like, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about it. I'm not impressed at all with it so far. I mean, I haven't opened up any of the other guys. I have not played with them yet. Maybe some of the other guys will completely wow me and turn me around on this whole thing, but for right now, I'm not impressed. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate any and all feedback that I've gotten so far. You guys have been awesome. Keep it coming. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Like this video if you found it helpful. If you enjoyed my rage at this figure. And definitely subscribe so you know what else I have coming down the line. Obviously, I have the rest of Bruticus here. I've got some Lego stuff. Lots more Transformers. Hopefully, during the start of the new year, I'll be able to get to some of the Zoid kits I've had hanging around. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care.